And action! Hey, I'm still hanging in here on my birthday. Hey, I decided to do something. I got a gift on Christmas from Seamus and the wife. Um, it's called Risky Whiskey. It was basically, it came with a 100 and, I think it says 125 proof whiskey, and a jar with these wood chips. And you just age it for as long as you want. I got it on Christmas, so this is aged about 5 months. Not a whole lot of time in whiskey years, but because, I mean, this isn't direct contact, so this is direct contact, so I mean, it actually. Hold on, just a second. The instructions were to let it age to your desired time and then taste a little bit here and there. I decided I was just not going to taste anything along the way and just wait 5 months, which would be actually tomorrow is officially 5 months. This is my birthday, so I'm one day shy of 5 months. But and age it. As you can see, that's very dark caramel color, very bourbon-esque for sure. And I poured some cask strength at 125 proof. What they advise you to do, though, and I did here, is that you're what evaporates, you're supposed to add a little bit of water. So, and that gets you back to probably a 90 proof whiskey, it says. But depending on how much stuck in the wood, how much became the devil's share. So that's what I did. I added some water to this end. But this is actually cask strength that I'm drinking right here. And I'm getting serious big caramel and vanilla notes out of this cask strength. The only thing that concerned me about the whole thing is because, well, I didn't taste any of this whiskey before it was before it was aged, rather. So I don't know how quality it was to start with. I know it was 125 proof, but I don't know how it was. So I thought, well, I know many Irish whiskeys are they use bourbon barrels that are 2, 3, 4 times used. So I thought, well, since this has had this is bourbon once now, or whiskey once, but more or less a bourbon-esque whiskey. Let's say it's not actually bourbon, but a bourbon-esque whiskey. What I want to do is I want to take this Crown Valley 100 proof malt whiskey, which is basically, let me read from their site here, or from their bottle. Crown Valley Distilling has produced a cuttingly fragrant double distilled malt whiskey similar to whiskey produced by bootleggers during Prohibition using sugar, water, and corn feed, but with a twist of elegance. Our spirit is made from a blend of rye and barley, rendering a unique raw and chewy sweetness. Now, I've had this on its own. I actually made a kind of a moonshine out of it, a moonshine martini out of it, and it's got great flavor. So I thought, well, I want to try to age some of this in this container and see what happens. So I'm going to pour that in here and start all over again. Now, of course, I have a relatively short attention span, but my goal is to let this sit until Christmas time. I want to let this sit till Christmas and then check it. That'd be 7 months. Check it at Christmas and see what we've ended up with. But this initial incarnation is actually better than I expected it to be. They give you a filter to use to get the wood out. I actually still have. I think I'm gonna buy some cheesecloth when I filter the next one to get a cleaner filter, because I do have some floaties in my little deal, but I'm not concerned. A little wood, a little fiber. I'm not too concerned about it. But if you can see the color, this color is very dark. It is relatively smooth for what is at the moment a cask strength 125 proof whiskey. I'm going to pour just a tad bit of water in here, not enough to, just a splash to open up some fragrances. As you can see in this bottle, though, I mean, it's darker than most bourbons on the market there. Very dark. But it was pretty mellow at full cask strength. Not as much burn as I expected. I am getting a little alcohol on the back end, though. I am definitely getting a lot of sweetness, some honey, some vanilla for sure. A whole lot of smoky. I don't know what wood we're using here. Again, this is kind of how this stuff comes. And now I can see, I use their filter that they offer, and if you can see there are some wood chips at the top there. So I'll just continue to filter it out as I pour it in to drink, and that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that too much. But I want to try it for the first time. But then I thought, well, let me try to get a second use out of it, because I know in Irish whiskeys they use it much more than once. So I thought, well, let's give her a shot, huh? So anyway, hey, I'm going to get out of here. This is my risky whiskey. Oh.